Hello, here's how you find what type the functions are, the initial value, and the slope and growth factor from linear and exponential situations. You should have to remember, when you're looking at situations, things that are linear are either adding or subtracting the same number each time. Exponential, on the other hand, this is where you had to multiply by something every time, or this is when you have proportional changes. Uh, changes. This is things like repeated proportional changes. Yeah, because you can definitely read my handwriting there. This is things like you lose 2/9 of the people or the bacteria in a thing, or if you're increasing or decreasing by like 5.5%, all that stuff. Linear, those are typically straightforward. The exponential ones, that's where you get like losing a third or increasing by a percent or decreasing by a percent. And I read through a situation like this, you can find your initial value by just finding what you start with. In this case, it started at an altitude of 8,000 meters. In this case, it is losing an altitude of 10 meters per second, so we got a negative on our slope. This one here started at $40,000 and it's losing 5.5%, and so the initial value is 40,000. Our growth factor here, anytime you have a percent change, you have to remember you start with 100%. You subtract off the percent you're losing, or add if you're adding it. But you get 94.5% in this case, and you can get the decimal version of that by dividing by 100, and that's where this comes from. So now we've kind of looked at that. Let's look at the U-try. Pause the video, go ahead and U-try and see if you can identify the type, the initial value, and the slope or growth factor. Okay, let's have you check your answers. Number one here is linear. Pauline started with 14 lakes licked and then is adding 5 each month. On number two, this one here is exponential. And I know that because we're increasing by a factor of 3. That means you have to times by 3. And so that lets me know it's exponential. He started with 4 elephants, so that's our initial value, and then the growth factor is going to be 3 because it's increasing by a factor of 3. Number 3 here is linear. The initial value is this 1,200 gallons of Jello, and it's decreasing, so I got a slope of negative 75 there. Number 4 here is exponential. It starts out with 44 degrees, and then increasing by 36%. Remember, you start with 100%, add on 36. That's 136%. And so when you divide that by 100, you get 1.36 as your growth factor. So there you go. Good job. Good luck practicing those things.